Hello guys, it is Saturday afternoon and I wanted to go ahead and make a video. So the title of today's video is going to be 3 benefits of using medicinal herbs for healing. I know a lot of you guys may be used to just taking prescription medications if you have any pain or if you have some other things going on. What I wanted to let you know is that medicinal herbs actually do have benefits. People have been using medicinal herbs for hundreds of thousands of years. Even your ancestors may have used medicinal herbs, and you may have seen your grandparents use herbs, or maybe even your parents use herbs. I want to go ahead and tell you the 3 benefits of using medicinal herbs for healing, and then afterwards I'm going to show you some medicinal herbs and I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of them, okay? So, benefit number 1 of using medicinal herbs is that medicinal herbs are lower in cost than pill prescription medications. So when it comes to using medicinal herbs, the reason why they're lower cost is because you can find medicinal herbs in your own backyard. I mean, literally your own backyard. So if you go out into your backyard, you may be able to discover some medicinal herbs that are out there growing. You may look at them and just say, oh, these are just, vines and weeds and stuff. And you may not think that these particular plants out in your yard are of value, but there could be some medicinal herbs out there. And if you have some medicinal herbs growing in your backyard, then what you can do is you can pick those medicinal herbs for free, and then you can use them to make a variety of remedies. The second benefit is that medicinal herbs are gentler on your body than pill prescription medications. So when it comes to medicinal herbs being gentler, what it means is that when you consume a part of a medicinal herb, then your body is going to break down the parts of that medicinal herb. And when your body does that, those benefits from particular herbs are going to be used to help you with healing from a certain medical condition that you may have. Something as simple as maybe a sniffle, all the way up to something more significant like heart disease or cancer or other types of things that are far more significant medical conditions. Okay, so when you consume medicinal herbs, they are gentler. And yes, they can be powerful, but your body is able to break them down, and actually your body recognizes the parts of the herbs, and your body knows what to use the herbs for, which is totally amazing. Okay, benefit number 3. Medicinal herb remedies are easy to trace back to their original sources, aka plants. So medicinal herbs, if you happen to get a remedy from an apothecary or an herbalist shop, for example, when you look on the back of that particular remedy, like whether it's in a bottle or it's a tea or whatnot, you're going to see what that remedy is made of, okay? And when you look on the back of there, it's going to tell you specifically what herbs are used in that particular remedy, okay? And what you can do is, if you don't know what a particular herb is or what it looks like or what its benefits are, then what you can do, guys, is that you can go online and you can do a simple Google search, and then you'll bring up the results for that particular herb. Give me just a second, guys. I need to close this door. Okay, sorry about that. I need to close the door because I have a timer on right now. Okay, so with medicinal herbal remedies, you can trace them back to their plant sources. And like I said, you can look them up on Google so that you can find out what the herb looks like, various parts of the year, where that herb grows, and what the benefits of those herbs are. And I know I sound like I'm repeating myself. I kind of am, because of the beep that you heard. I'm just hoping that it didn't cause you guys not to hear what I said. So, as promised, I said I was going to show you guys some medicinal herbs, okay? So let's just go through the 3 benefits of medicinal herbs, and then I'm going to move on to those, showing you some herbs. So benefit 1, medicinal herbs are lower cost than pill prescription medications. Benefit 2, medicinal herbs are gentler on your body than pill prescription medications. And benefit 3, medicinal herb remedies are easy to trace back to their sources, aka plants. Okay? So, as I promised, I'm going to show you some herbs here, guys, and I'll tell you a benefit of using that particular herb. So, the first herb that I'm going to talk a little bit about here, let's start with dandelion. So, you guys may be like, dandelion? What? That's a weed. Well, dandelion is actually a medicinal herb, and a lot of you may see it growing in your front yard or backyard, maybe your side yard or whatever. And dandelion, although people mistakenly refer to it as a weed, right, because it can get pretty invasive, right? Well, dandelion's a medicinal herb, and the benefits of dandelion, one of the benefits is dandelion actually helps with digestion. So if you have some indigestion, then you could go ahead and drink some dandelion tea, or you could ingest or take a dandelion tincture. And what that will do is it will help you with that indigestion, and it will get your system back in motion so that you can be able to digest your food appropriately, because nobody likes indigestion. You know, you don't want to keep going to the bathroom or get nausea and everything like that. It's just not a pretty picture. So dandelion is actually a medicinal herb, and I wanted to kind of introduce you guys to that, because a lot of people have this misconception that it's just a weed. But if you have dandelion in your yard, be very grateful, because a lot of times when an herb grows in your yard, then you want to take advantage of that herb, because somehow or another they end up growing just like they end up being in a place where they're needed the most. Okay? And yes, dandelion has other benefits, but I just wanted to keep to the main benefit right now. Okay, so well, not main benefit. I wanted to keep it to just one benefit for now. Alrighty, so the next herb I want to go ahead and talk about is coneflower. So I was out on a walk the other day, and I seen coneflower. But the name of this plant is really echinacea. I love the name echinacea. The nickname for echinacea is coneflower. So echinacea is a flower that you can see in the St. Louis area typically, and you will be able to identify it from the cone top. Okay, now the petals of echinacea can be a little bit duller, like you see these over here. It can be in that range of color. It all depends, okay? And one thing about herbs you guys probably don't know is that herbs can actually look different depending on the time of the day that you're seeing that herb. It can look different times of the year, and depending on what stage of growing that it's in. Okay, when I've seen echinacea, when I went to a library, it was all green. Okay, and it looked significantly different from this. So this kind of gives you an idea that herbs, they can look different. Okay, so it's a good idea to make sure that you know what herb you're actually dealing with, right? Before you go and try to pick it and use it for making a medicinal remedy, okay? So echinacea is really an awesome herb. Echinacea is really good for helping to boost and strengthen your immune system. So if you're somebody and you don't like to get sick, then you would want to take a remedy of echinacea, because it helps to strengthen your immune system, and boosting it, which will in turn help to keep you from getting sick. If you happen to be someone that you are already sick, then you can take echinacea, and what will happen is that it will allow you to be able to heal faster, as opposed to carrying a cold for, a couple of weeks that can be shortened down significantly, you know, depending on your level of health. Okay, but echinacea is a big, big, big benefit. Okay, so the next herb I want to introduce you to, and yes, echinacea has other benefits, but I'm gonna move on to the next herb. So the next herb, oh, that's dandelion, sorry, I went the wrong way. Okay, the next herb I want to introduce you to is lavender. So lavender is a medicinal herb just like echinacea and dandelion are, okay? So lavender is a medicinal herb that tends to grow, I believe it grows in more mountainous or hilly areas, okay? As you can see, lavender grows together, okay? And actually all these do, dandelion, echinacea, and lavender, you will see them, all the plants grouped together, and you will see them growing together, which is pretty cool. So you're not just going to see one standalone plant. You're going to see, you know, basically a large area of these plants. And, you know, of course they have to be in environments where the herbs can grow, okay? So the benefit of lavender is really good for helping with stress relief. So if you're somebody and you find yourself being really stressed out, you could use a lavender remedy and that can help you with stress relief. A lot of times people use lavender oil and they will rub it on their temples, and I mean just a little bit of lavender oil, and rub it on their temples, and what it can do is help you with a headache. If you smell it, it can actually help you with just calming down your thoughts and stuff. And there's all sorts of things that lavender does. There's so many things that lavender does and so many benefits to it that I could be talking forever about lavender and what it does. I think at some point I'm going to make a video about all the things that lavender does for you guys as well. If you grow lavender or lavender happens to grow wild in your area, then it's going to be a more inexpensive herb for you to work with. If you're getting it from overseas, like someplace like France or something, then it's going to be more expensive specifically because it takes a lot of lavender to produce lavender oil or lavender perfume, okay? And so, you know, herbs are inexpensive. If you grow them, then, you know, they're more inexpensive. I mean, if you buy the seeds and grow the plants, yeah. If you find them wild, for example, you can go outside in your backyard, pick them, and then bring it back in the house. They're free and low cost, right? And making the remedies is awesome because you can keep yourself healthy through the use of ingesting herbs. And I've even heard of lavender being used to make chocolate, which I've had a lavender chocolate, which was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I was not expecting it, but I thought it was fun. Lavender can also, if you have a remedy of lavender, you can find lavender tea, which is not very easy to find. I found it at an herbalist shop, and it was in a tea that was in a combination with some other herbs as well too. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys some of the herbs, because in my videos I don't tend to show you guys what the herbs actually look like. And there are a lot of varieties of these particular herbs that look different. So they're not all going to uniformly look like this. There are some lavenders that look, you know, lighter purple than this. You know, there are dandelions. Dandelions for the most part are pretty uniform, right? And things. When it comes to echinacea, there are varieties of echinacea that can be lighter or darker than this. In fact, when I saw echinacea on a walk that I went on, echinacea actually, it didn't even look like this particularly. But when I came back in the afternoon or in the morning time, then it looked specifically like this. So yeah, just wanted to share with you guys. I hope this has been a helpful video, and thank you guys for watching.